You probably have heard CER before, claim, evidence, and reasoning. And this is what it's going to look like for this assignment. Sometimes teachers like you to have a claim, 2 pieces of evidence, and 2 pieces of reasoning. This one is going to ask you for 3 reasonings. So it's going to have a beefier section of the reasoning. So your claim is going to make an arguable position. Yes, I think, or no, I think. You don't have to include the I think in there, but you're going to take a stance, yes or no. The evidence is going to be from the text, and because this is our very first CER, I have given you the quote I want you to use. So the quote is all of paragraph 9, but what you might want to do is you might want to pick a particular part of that quote to focus on. And then your reasoning is going to explain why your quote supports your claim. So let's look at the Credo CER example, and I will walk you through a sample CER. So it says in here, respond to a CER paragraph form, read paragraph 9. Do you agree with Neil Gaiman's position? Why or why not? Include a claim stating your position, 1 piece of evidence, and 3 pieces of reasoning. Okay. So this is paragraph 9. I believe that you have the absolute right to think things that I find offensive, stupid, preposterous, or dangerous, and that you have the right to speak, write, or distribute these things, and that I do not have the right to kill you, maim you, hurt you, or take away your liberty or property because I find your ideas threatening or insulting or downright disgusting. Okay. So that's our chunk that we're focusing on. And our prompt says, do you agree with him? So your example is going to look something like this. I largely agree with Credo. Maybe you want to add that yes. Yes, I largely agree with Credo by Neil Gaiman, but I disagree with this paragraph because ... You don't have to have a disagree. I'm going to leave it there. Yes, I largely agree with Credo by Neil Gaiman because I believe people can think what they want. So your claim is going to state a position. Yes. Now your evidence, it's that whole thing. I would really suggest that you take a chunk of it to focus on. So in the example right here, you would set up your evidence paragraph with the title or like the speaker, Gaiman. Gaiman says that you have the right to speak, write, or distribute these things. ... And I do not have the right to kill you. ... So if you want to take something from the quote, you can use ... That's called ellipses. And you would just put ... until you got to where you wanted it to be. And then you would put ... as soon as you stop the quote. Now, if you took a quote from if you took this, then you would copy it and only put ... at the end because it's the beginning. Or if you had the end of the quote, then you might just put ... at the beginning. Okay. Some of you are like, what? I really just want you to focus on this text and find a portion of it that really like speaks to you. You might be like, no. Your position might be, no, I do not agree with Credo by Neil Gaiman because people should not believe things that are wrong. Maybe that's your point. Whatever side you're most passionate about, it is easier to write about things that you are passionate about. So I have Graham in here following along with me, but it doesn't look like I have anybody else following along with me. So I hope you are writing in your CER right now. So we've got our claim, we have our evidence, and now we need to explain what this means. So this means this is a great way to start the beginning of your reasoning. So this means that everyone has the right to think, write, and share even hateful or violent thoughts without being harmed. And then they continue on. Why is this important? How does it connect back to the claim? This is important because I don't believe that hateful or violent ideas are owed a platform. Social media, schools, and even businesses and people do not have to listen or allow these ideas to be shared in their space. And one more sentence to tie it together and to restate the claim. Therefore, I disagree with Neil Gaiman that people have a right to distribute hateful or violent ideas in all places. No one else has to listen to or support or provide those ideas with a platform. Okay. So if I took all of those pieces together, it would end up looking like this in a nice CER paragraph. And what you would see is your claim, directly followed by your evidence, and then a nice chunk of that reasoning. Okay, so now you do it. What you're going to do is you are going to open up your Credo CER, and there are prompts here. So in the examples, I give you a sentence starter that you can start with. So I agree or disagree with Credo by Neil Gaiman because maybe you're like a halfsy, like the example, like I agree with this, but I disagree about this. So your reasoning, explain what it means. This means that ... and then you would finish the sentence. This is important because, and you would finish the sentence. Therefore, tie it back to your claim. Boom, you're done. You don't have to copy and paste it all into one paragraph. I just wanted to show you how those little pieces can fit back together. So there you go, folks. Your first CER paragraph of trimester 2. Whoop, whoop. Email me with questions and ask me questions right now.